If you've been eyeing the SanDisk Ultra Fit USB 3.1 flash drive for quick and easy storage upgrades, you're in the right place. But here's what surprised me about this little gadget. It's not all smooth sailing. While everyone hypes up its compact design and blazing speeds, there's one major catch that could ruin your experience. You think a tiny USB stick that promises up to 130 mbps read speeds and fast transfers is the perfect fit. Well, think again. Today, I'm going to give you the honest truth about the SanDisk Ultra Fit, including its biggest flaws, and if it's actually worth your money in 2024. Now, before you rush to add this to your cart, I've got a story. I got one to expand my laptop storage because, like most of us, I'm drowning in files and photos with zero space left. The Ultra Fit's plug-and-stay design seemed perfect. I could just leave it in the USB port without worrying about it sticking out or breaking off. But after just a few weeks, that convenience hit a roadblock. Surprise, surprise, the very thing that makes the Ultra Fit compact also introduces some serious problems I never saw coming. Stay tuned because this review is going to flip your expectations. Let's talk who this flash drive is for. If you're a laptop user needing portable storage without the bulk, a gamer wanting extra space for consoles, or someone who needs quick file transfers on the go, this drive initially seems made for you. Its ultra-small size is a dream for car audio systems or tight USB ports where bigger drives won't fit. However, is the trade-off in durability and performance worth that convenience? That's the million-dollar question. All right, diving deeper. The SanDisk Ultra Fit claims to deliver read speeds up to 130 mbps and write speeds up to 15 times faster than standard USB 2.0 drives. That theoretically means moving a full-length movie in less than 30 seconds. Sounds great on paper, right? Well, as with many tech products, reality isn't always kind. Many users report that those speed numbers only hold true if you have the perfect USB 3.1 or 3.0 port. On older or certain laptops, speeds drop dramatically. So unless your device supports the latest USB standards, don't expect to zoom through file transfers. And here's the kicker: write speeds are often much slower than advertised. Remember, writing data to a drive is what really matters when you're transferring large files, creating backups, or running apps. The Ultra Fit sometimes struggles to maintain those high write speeds, especially when handling lots of smaller files. It's like trying to pour water through a funnel with a tiny hole. Sure, eventually the water gets through, but it's not the fastest or smoothest process. For many people, that can lead to frustrating delays or drive not responding errors that make the tech feel less reliable than you'd hoped. What about durability? The Ultra Fit's compact size is its signature feature, but also its biggest Achilles heel. Because it barely sticks out from your USB port, it's easy to accidentally knock it or even crack the port by pulling the drive the wrong way. Several users have reported that while the drive itself is pretty sturdy, the connection can become loose over time or fail after repeated use. Picture the scene. You're rushing out the door with your USB loaded with files, and suddenly the drive disconnects mid-transfer. Nightmare material. Here's a quick joke to keep things light. Why did the USB stick go to therapy? Because it felt completely plugged in, but still had issues connecting. Another thing to consider is the actual usable storage. SanDisk advertises up to 128 GB max capacity, but like all flash drives, the actual space you get is slightly less due to formatting and system files. Don't be alarmed here. This is standard across the industry. What's annoying, however, is the way the available space might wear down quicker than expected with frequent file deletions and rewrites. Flash memory has a limited number of write cycles, and this smaller drive can wear out faster if you use it intensively, especially for tasks like running portable apps or moving huge amounts of data daily. Now, you might be wondering about security since we all have private documents we want to protect. The Ultra Fit comes with SanDisk Secure Access software, which offers 128-bit AES encryption and password protection. That's a solid feature on paper, but keep in mind, this software requires downloading and setup, and only works on Windows 7, 8, 10, and macOS 10.9 or later. If you switch devices often or share your drive, password management can get tricky. Plus, it relies on the software being installed and compatible, another layer where things can go wrong. So if top-tier hardware encryption is your priority, this might fall short. Let's hit the rehook, because here's where things get more complicated. Pricing. At about $29.39 for a 128 GB model on Amazon. Really affordable, right? But here's my twist. The price fluctuates. Sometimes it dips lower, other times it's marked up due to demand or stock issues. For bargain hunters, timing your purchase is key, because you might end up paying almost double depending on when you buy. Also, given the issues with performance and durability, spending a little more on a more reliable USB drive might save headaches in the long run. Speaking of reliability, let me hit you with another joke. Why did the USB drive break up with the laptop? Because it found the connection was unstable. One major positive you'll want to hang on to: the Ultra Fit comes with a 5-year limited manufacturer warranty. That alone gives some peace of mind if you're worried about early failure. Just be aware the warranty covers defects, not misuse or accidental damage, so keep your tiny drive safe from physical harm. Plus, registering your product is required to activate warranty services, an extra step people often forget. Now, after all these pros and cons, you might ask, where does the SanDisk Ultra Fit really shine? Well, if sheer size and portability are your #1 priority, it's hard to beat. Its plug-and-stay design means once it's in, you won't be fiddling with it constantly. Need storage in your car stereo's USB port? Perfect. Want a flash drive that doesn't poke out and risk breaking? This fits the bill better than most. Just remember, this convenience can come at the cost of slightly slower and less consistent transfer speeds on some devices. Also, the Ultra Fit feels like a solid option if you want quick file transfers, but don't rely on it for heavy-duty backups or long-term storage. Think of it as your grab-and-go flash drive to move files between devices quickly, if your laptop supports USB 3.1 or 3.0. Beyond that, the performance may disappoint, so it's not the best choice for professionals dealing with large media files daily. Here's another joke for the road. Why don't USB drives ever get lost? Because they always stick around. So in summary, the SanDisk Ultra Fit is a tiny powerhouse that can add convenient storage and decent speed. If you have the right host device and don't mind the trade-offs in durability and actual write speed. But if you expect flawless, consistent performance or plan to rely on it heavily, you might want to explore other options. It's ideal for casual users who crave compactness and portability more than raw speed or heavy durability. That said, the product is a smart pick if you want to avoid bulky drives that block adjacent USB ports. Just handle it gently, verify your device compatibility, and keep your files backed up elsewhere to avoid data loss due to wear or connection issues. With a bit of care, SanDisk Ultra Fit can serve as a trusty sidekick for everyday storage boosts. To wrap it up, should you buy the SanDisk Ultra Fit? Yes, if you want small, affordable, and quick storage with some caveats. No, if you need a hard-hitting storage device that handles heavy workloads and lasts years without hiccups. If you decide it's a good fit for you, make sure to check for the best price on Amazon, because prices change fast, and snagging it at a discount is always a win. If you want to see the current price and grab one for yourself, check the link in the description below. Remember, prices can fluctuate quickly, so don't wait too long once you find a good deal. Thanks for watching, and I hope this honest review helps you make the smartest storage upgrade choice possible.